I've been looking for where this topic could be addressed the way it was in this conversation. I want to thank you both, that's Casey and Freeman, for your great insight. However, I want you to both throw more light on what does the law say about this and why are people not punished for it. So this is also coming from another anonymous subscriber. So what's
because Freeman, the truth is there are laws in some countries actually prohibiting FGM practice. It's just unfortunate that implementation is usually the problem.
Just like in Nigeria, there's so many laws.
Yes.
The issue is the implementation of the laws.
Implementation. And people also having a little bit of poor value system, and they tend to disobey laws at will, and some do so based on ignorance. So looking at what the law says and why it seems like people are not being punished. The 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is amended, especially in section 34. The same way it describes, because it states that no person shall be subjected to any form of torture, any act of violence, because FGM is considered torture, is considered a very violation of human rights.
Yes.
So that section 34 of the 1999 Constitution actually raises an order that would have prohibited the practice of FGM in Nigeria completely. But unfortunately, if you go further, if anybody becomes an offender of the FGM law, you now discover that the punishment is not as severe as one would have imagined. It's not as severe. If you ask me, the penalty in the eyes of the law in Nigeria is a four-year jail term or an option of fine of 200,000 naira. If you check the equivalent of 200,000 naira in dollars, is about $133. And that means some people have these monies at the back of their pocket. They just pull out their wallet and pay and they go away. But the woman's life remains damaged for life.
For life.
Now, the practice of FGM, the reason it is very, very abysmal and disheartening is that it has no medical benefit. It is usually based on cultural or religious beliefs and standpoints. There is no known or proven medical benefit of the practice of FGM.
Sorry to digress a little.
Okay.
You've just talked about the benefits, like there's no medical benefit of FGM.
Not at all.
No social benefit also, if you ask me.
No social benefit
of FGM. Now, I want to say this, like, we're talking about FGM.
Yes.
There are some people that were, I won't call it, they mark them. I will call it this, they put a scar on their face.
Yes. Tribal marks.
Tribal marks.
Yes.
And they will say, oh, it makes them beautiful. I want to believe in that age, maybe that's how they took it that time.
Some even believe that tribal marks could help for easy identification. In some times they use it to identify some royalties.
Yes, in that era. In that era, it was what was in existence. It was existing in that era, and it was okay by everybody. But in this era, where you come to a class, let me say you are in an affluent area, you come to a class where everybody does not have tribal mark, all the children does not have tribal mark. You're the only one that is marked with tribal mark.
It comes with a lot of discrimination.
It comes with a lot of discrimination, and
you'll be stigmatized.
When you bring out this topic now, a lot of people will tell you it's our culture. So the thing, what I want to ask now is the benefit of such culture. What is the benefit of such culture? A lot of people don't ask themselves this question.
Freeman, to be very honest with you, people often mistake culture for tradition. So tradition is like a synonym of religion. So it's a binding belief like you don't have a say, you don't have control over it.
Sorry to cut in, please. You've talked about this thing. Do you know that some people they pass some cultural belief to them?
Okay. Yes,
they know that it's of no benefit.
They inherited some culture.
They know that it's of no benefit. They've asked themselves the question, what is the essence of this culture? Like, why are we doing this? Why are we still practicing this thing? Just like, let me use killing of twins. I said it in the last video.
Yes.
Killing of twins. Do you know if they had not stopped killing of twins in that era, when they stopped it, some people will still carry on with the belief that, oh, yes, we've been doing it before, let's continue to do it.
Yes.
Let's not stop in our era.
Yes.
Whereas it is of no benefit. It's even detrimental.
Yes, extremely.
So, what do you think? People like this, that just hold on to one culture and they feel that it does not need to be changed. Just like slavery. Slavery was a culture.
Yes.
Slavery was a culture at a particular point in time in history.
Yes.
When you capture somebody, you enslave the person, and not only enslave the person, you make the person to work for you in the farm.
Okay.
So if people keep holding on to such cultures,
yes,
and do not let go of this culture,
and keep extending it to the next generation,
yes, we're still going to have slavery.
No, the point is there are situations where you have what they call ideology. One of the things that fuels terrorism, both local and internationally, is ideology. Most terrorist organizations in the world, the people who initiated them, who founded them, are no more. But the same ethics, the same practice, the same pattern of their illegal activities are still going on. The reason is because of ideology. Now, ideologies are so strong that especially in the hands of men are naturally very egoistic.
Yes.
You can get a man and his wife into a new location, and the woman will easily get involved in a local mosque or a local church, and the man will stay at home. If eventually the man gets involved in one, even if there are problems in that particular denomination,
it will be hard.
The woman will easily leave and go out in search of another one. But the man will rather stay there even when he knows that this decision was a terrible one. He will rather stay in such denomination just to massage his own ego. It's by nature as such. But such orientation and mindset, they are extremely primitive. So some of our cultural standpoints and traditional beliefs, they actually need to be checked, especially when you look at the consequences of some of these decisions and the adverse effects on innocent people. So now, the issue of FGM, when we look at it in terms of the African situation, you now see that there are different African countries with high level FGM cases. For instance, in Somalia, so we have about 98% of women within the ages of 15 and 49 that have undergone FGM.
90.
A whooping 98% of women, these youthful women.
That's 2% now, just got away with it.
Yes. So 2% managed to escape it.
Even as Somalia is in trouble now, so people are still practicing it.
Imagine Somalia. Then look at Guinea. So in Guinea, they have about 96% of the same range of age of women that have undergone FGM. And then you also look at Djibouti.
Wow.
Djibouti is another country. They have a very high level of number of women with about 93% of women within that same 15 and 49 years of age that have undergone FGM. Another country is Egypt.
As educated as the Egyptian population
is. As expected, supposedly civilized as Egypt. Egypt has about 91%. And then the next one is Eritrea. These are the top 5 in Africa. Eritrea has about 89% of women within that same age range that have undergone FGM.
I think if I can make an excuse for Eritrea, because I think Eritrea has been described as as the North Korea of Africa, because of how
controlled
the country is. So I can make an excuse for them. So they still try to control the tradition.
But you know why such
I'm
excuses
surprised
will not
Egypt
stand is because the WHO, the UNICEF, they all have their voices, canvassing and crusading against these practices.
Are you sure? We just use the word controlled now.
Yes.
So they will still control the way they watch.
No, I'm talking with respect to the leaders, the authorities in Eritrea. They ought not to harden their heart and cause their innocent citizens such harm, especially if they have an awareness of how the adverse effect that it has on them. So when you now bring it down to top 3 countries with highest number of FGM, because what we looked at is overall in Africa, in terms of the practices, people that this thing has happened to within the age of 15 and 49. But when we look at top 3 number of countries with the highest number over time, Nigeria is in top 3. Nigeria is just third behind Egypt and Ethiopia. Egypt has a total of 27.2 million of women that have undergone FGM. Then, if you also look at Ethiopia, they have 23.8 million women that have undergone FGM. Then in Nigeria, it's approximately 20 million women across Nigeria that have also undergone FGM.
Wow.
And then I want to narrow it down to the states in Nigeria. So when you narrow it down to the states, you discover that states like Imo, okay, I'll just look at top 5 states with the highest number of FGM. I'll put it in percentage. So Imo has about 61.7%
wow.
of women that have undergone FGM. And then we also have Ebonyi. Ebonyi has 53, Ekiti before Ebonyi. Ekiti has 57.9% of women that have undergone FGM. And then we have Ebonyi, 53.2%.
53.
And then we have Osun State, 45.9%. And then lastly is Edo State. Edo State has 35% of women that have undergone FGM.
So I think after Edo, you have Delta State.
Yes.
So Casey,
but sorry, let me say this. Do you know the most disheartening part of this whole situation? In Nigeria, that has about 20 million women that have undergone FGM, is that only about 13 states of the Federation has state laws prohibiting FGM practices in Nigeria. Only 13 out of the 36 states.
It's very serious. Out of the 36.
So it is disheartening in this age, in 2025, that only 13 states in Nigeria has state laws directly prohibiting FGM practices in Nigeria. And so we need to start talking about this. The government needs to start doing more about this. And private sectors, individuals, we need to begin to lend our voices concerning this situation of FGM, because it has actually made a lot of young women, they had dysfunctional childhood as a result of this. It comes with a lot of psychological trauma. It has made them, to be less than the woman they ought to be in many ways. And so we need to lend our voice.
So Casey,
yes,
when you were talking about people not letting go of some cultures without benefits.
Yes.
My mind went to China.
Okay.
Do you know in the late 19th century,
okay,
towards the 20th century,
okay,
China was one of the weakest countries in the world.
That's
and why they were weak during this era was when, I think during this period was when UK or British government that time, as they called them then, came and captured Hong Kong. Then, so I think was it not Portugal that came and captured a particular part like that? So they were so weak that even Japan had the guts to come into Manchuria to capture a section
yes,
and committed so many havoc, to tell you how weak they were.
Yes.
They were even fighting civil war. At this time, their military was so weak that most were even depending on their, is it Tai Chi or what do you call it?
Yes.
This is their way of fighting.
They are Kung Fu.
Kung Fu,
leaders.
they
Yes.
still believe that you have to use arrows and something
Martial
like that.
arts. Yes.
Yes, they were still very primitive.
Yes.
This is a culture that they held on to
Yes.
at the time. So it took several decades of civilization.
Yes.
Mao Zedong
Positive
came.
change has to be gradual.
Mao Zedong's own was, I
But
think,
purpose-driven.
was disastrous to some to
At
a
some
particular
point,
extent.
yes.
But they still respect him for some reforms that he carried out.
Yes.
Then down to when we have their current president now.
Yes. She. Yeah, she's in pain.
She is known as a reformer. He
Yes.
came and reformed the country, started by working on the population of the country,
Yes.
changed a whole lot of things. Now, the Chinese army is one of the most modernized army in the world.
Exactly.
And that's why they are so close to being the world power.
If you ask
they
me,
hold on to
they're
that
already
tradition,
like world power, because the new world order, especially in the display of arms, imagine for the first time we're seeing a rare video and images of Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping, and North Korean president
Kim.
came together in one video, in one image.
There's a new order already. So we have to go now.
Yes.
So I want to thank you for subscribing. Please, for those that haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, share, comment on the topics. Also comment on the topics that you want us to work on.
So hit on the notification button and then always share when you receive, so that you don't keep this good news to yourself. This information, they need to go out to people who need them. So always share with friends and family. You never can tell who will need, some of these detailed explanations and also get better with it. Thank you. See you in our next episode.